everyone. Welcome back to We Are Chattin, your Penn State Brandywine podcast. We're your hosts, Ava Clements
and Natalie DeMario.
And today we have a very special episode for you.
We do. So for the final episode of season 1, I will be interviewing Ava for her last time on We Are Chattin. Many of you know Ava as my co-host and strategic communications partner, but that only begins to capture how exceptional she truly is. Ava's a fourth-year Cooper Honors student, former teaching assistant, experience-driven advocate, and an integral part of student leadership on campus. Ava, welcome to We Are Chattin' as a guest.
Wow, this feels really different.
Yeah, how does it feel to be on the other side?
I don't know. I mean, I kind of like it. You know, I guess I get to see what it's like to be in the hot seat.
Yeah.
So,
all right, well, let's do it.
I'm excited.
Question 1, what initially brought you to Penn State Brandywine?
Well, I actually wasn't even aware of Penn State Brandywine as a senior. I started at Delaware County Community College before I figured out what I really wanted to do, where I wanted to go. I went there for a semester, applied to Penn State main campus, did not get into the main campus, but I got into the 2+2 program. So I came here, and then once I figured out that Penn State Brandywine existed, I met a lot of people who had gone there or knew someone that went there, and they all had really pleasant experiences. So I came here, gave it a shot, and by probably like the third or fourth week, I was like, I'm not leaving this place. I'm going to stay here. I like it. I liked the intimate setting. I liked being able to talk to my professors and not just being another face in a classroom. So, it definitely made me want to stay here.
Yeah, well, being able to, watch you thrive from the beginning to now, it's been great, And I think a lot of students have that same experience. They expect to automatically just go to University Park and, have that experience all 4 years. But when they end up coming here for the first 2, they're like, wow, this is actually really nice.
Yeah.
Like the intimate setting, but you're still at Penn State.
Yeah, and it's like, I guess I was a little bit worried too that it was going to be very similar coming from Delaware County Community College. Yeah. And while that was great, it did not have like a campus kind of feel to it.
Yeah.
And I think that coming here gave me that, but it still gave me that intimate setting that I liked. And it was the perfect combination of everything. And I kept telling myself, like, I'm comfortable here. I like it here. Why would I get up and change that and go, to main campus when it felt like home?
Why not? Right? Yeah. Absolutely. So you are a communications major. What kind of got you interested in pursuing that path?
So I started as a political science major, and that is not offered 4 years. So I kind of had to switch paths. And I've also always had an interest in social media. At the time, I was doing a lot of work with on TikTok, my own little influencing era.
A little bit there, right? Yeah, a little bit.
And I was like, oh, communications is really cool. And it's a pretty transferable degree, I also felt like. A lot of the classes that I had already taken, though they were gen eds, really transferred into that major well, the best that it could. And I found that there was a lot of creativity in the communications major. There's a lot of different directions you can go and areas you can take it to. So that for me, that sold it.
Yeah, it's definitely an interesting major. There's just so much that you can do, so many opportunities that are available. And for the people that don't really know what a communications major is or it consists of, can you kind of explain what it looks like?
Yeah, I feel like I would constantly see on the internet people kind of downplaying a communications major.
I know. And I'm like, come on, guys.
Right.
Come on.
And it's not nursing. It's not science. But it is challenging in its own ways.
Absolutely.
And it covers a lot of areas. So you're learning how to write for the newspaper. There's the journalism component to it. And then there's the multimedia production. You need to understand how a professional camera works. You need to understand these different platforms and how they work. There is now more of an integrated social media part into it just because the media landscape is changing. But, you're still learning about the journalism history and the basics, and you're learning a lot about the ethics of journalism, the ethics of the newsroom. You're learning how to do press releases, what a press release is, how these companies are building their brands, brand awareness, audience awareness. There's a lot of different layers and elements inside the communications major that a lot of people probably don't realize. It is kind of similar, actually, to a business major, I would say.
I would say, yeah.
In the way that you are learning how a brand or a company starts from the bottom and makes their way up to the top, and all the little intricate details that go into it. So it's a very diverse major, and there's a lot that you can do with it. Yeah. So I really like it.
It's a good one. And I think you forgot to mention podcasting.
We've
been doing a couple of projects, along the lines of podcasting in a couple of our classes.
It's a newer medium, I guess, which actually it's really not that new. It's been around for over 10 years now.
Yeah.
Which is crazy to think about. But a lot of projects had been reintegrated using podcasts, which I think is so awesome and so cool. And understanding that medium too. Now there's a lot more history with it. So.
There's a lot to unpack there.
Absolutely.
So you're also a Cooper Honors student, which is an incredible accomplishment, by the way.
Thank you.
Can you explain what the program is and kind of what drew you to it?
Yeah. So there's 2 honors programs, which a lot of people don't know. They really only know about the Schreier's honors program because it's a little bit bigger, especially at the other Penn State campuses and main campus. The Cooper honors program is the one that's right underneath of that. I felt like, for me, it felt like the perfect fit. In high school, I was never, in honors, whatever. Like, that was not really my academic. I wasn't strong academically in high school. And I really wanted to challenge that in college. And so when I saw that there was a Cooper Honors program, which was, the second one, they're 2%, top 2 to 3% of the campus, I believe.
I think so.
Whereas the Schreier's is 1 and below, or 1 and above, top 1% of the campus. And that kind of gave me a way to sort of get my feet wet in the honors program and see, what it contained. And also just a way to push myself, but without doing it too much. So just to where I was comfortable with. The program did also really push me out of my comfort zone, getting to do different honors options research projects, so that, when you're in a class and it's not an honor-specific course, your professor's going to push you to go above and beyond and say, okay, what can you do with what you've learned in this course to show that you're an honors student? And that I found really fun and challenging because a lot of times professors, in your communications field, they let you be really creative. Yeah. So there was a time where I got to use my honors option to make an honors program promotional video, which was really fun and cool.
That's really cool.
Yeah, so that was a lot of fun. And, it just gives you like an extra layer of something to look forward to and to focus on in your education. And also, I'll never forget the honors class that was required and that we got to take. And it was honestly great because it was one of those classes where everyone's going to participate and everyone has to participate. So there's not a person that's going to be quiet in the back of the room. Like, everyone has to participate. So if we're going to have intellectual conversations, then they're actually, people are going to know what they're talking about. So that was definitely a really fun and memorable class that you take in the honors program.
That's great. I mean, I'm glad you were you were able to have that experience early on and continue the honors program through your time here. I mean, it's a big accomplishment. So congratulations.
Thank you. And one more thing I'd like to add about the honors program is they set you up with a lot of mentors. So
that's great.
Yeah, Hans Schmidt is the director. And he has tons of people that no matter the field that you want to go into, he will set you up with a mentor. A lot of them come from our advisory board here at Penn State Brandywine, which is great. But, just anyone to talk to. And it's a really good way to connect. Yeah. And,
to kind of go off of that, utilizing our network here at Penn State is key. We have the largest alumni network society, out of all universities. So definitely take that and take that in consideration and use it.
Oh, absolutely.
It's there for you. It's there for you, right? Mm-hmm. So, yeah.
And Penn Staters love to help out other Penn Staters. It's
absolutely.
a family.
It's a whole community here. So a lot of us understand that you've had the unique opportunity of working for Brandywine Strategic Communications. We see you posted online.
Oh, yeah.
Writing articles.
The girl on the TikToks.
Mm-hmm. Yep, exactly. So how did you learn about this role and what kind of made you go after it?
Yeah, so I, in the summer this past year, transitioning into my 4th year, I got a call from the director, Bill Tyson, and he said, hey, we've got a position open in the Strategic Communications Department, and we'd love to have you on if you're interested. And, we talked a little bit more on the phone, sent him my resume, all all of the important nitty-gritty stuff.
Right.
But I had never had a job on campus before, and this to me felt like a better opportunity than anything I'd really seen in the past, something where I could use my previous coursework, everything that I've been doing with my major, and get to see it transform into real time and real action. And I think deeper, like, it brought me closer to the Penn State Brandywine community.
Yeah.
Getting to be in a department where I'm learning more about the faculty and the staff and getting to know them better. It really just gave me like a deeper level of appreciation for everything that everyone on this campus does and how much they truly care about Penn State Brandywine.
Absolutely. It's definitely it's quite the unique role.
Yeah. So I worked for the school newspaper for a little bit, the Lion's Eye, and I loved doing that. It did count as course credits in a class, and it's, it's not as active as it maybe was in the past. So I also looked at this role in strategic communications as, okay, I can pick up what I was doing with Lion's Eye. I can write stories again. I can interview students. And it was actually kind of another full circle moment for me because I had been interviewed by one of the other directors in the strategic communications department, Christina Billy, as a student spotlight. And so it was really cool because then roles were reversed and I was going to be able to do that with other students. So it was an opportunity that I was excited to grow into and, really soak up everything that it was going to teach me and I was going to get to experience.
That's awesome. So can you kind of share what a day in the life might look like working in this position? Because I know you do a lot of different things every day.
Oh, yeah. Not every day is the same.
Right.
Every day is different, and that's the beauty of the job.
Yep.
When it comes to, like the work that we do record podcasts about once a week, and that was kind of like a newer addition back in November, but we've been brainstorming the idea since around September. So that beginning work was a lot of, okay, what do we want the name to be? What do we want the scripts to look like? And that kind of flowed throughout the rest of my time working in the department, was creating scripts for our podcasts. Beyond that, it was a lot of what is some interesting and cool things that people are doing on campus and forming that into a story, taking pictures, also student spotlights, getting to highlight some students that are doing some really cool things. And then also you and I worked this year with trying to highlight different majors, all the different majors. And that was a lot of fun, getting to meet new people and hear about what they do in their major, especially majors that I had nothing, I didn't know much about, like computer science or really any of the sciences is not really my field or my direction. So really getting to connect with other students and see, what they're taking away from their Brandywine experience. We get to do that a lot. And then, of course, which is my favorite part, is making the TikToks, coming up with the ideas, brainstorming. How do we make this Brandywine? How do we make this Penn State coded? Is fun. It's challenging sometimes, but it's a very unique process. And I think it really allows both of us to kind of utilize our creativity in ways that we don't get to do in the classroom. Because in the classroom, we're not often making TikToks or we do a couple a couple projects along the way, but nothing that's really gonna stick and be seen by the whole entire Penn State community rather than just like our professor, then it's gonna give us a grade. Exactly. That's why it's like fun. We get to connect with like our generation and just like be ourselves, which is really cool. And then, there's the occasional random tasks that I'll have to do throughout the day. Sometimes there's push-ups involved.
Really?
Yeah.
I heard about that one.
Yeah. So
what are you at, 50 now, or?
Yeah. No, I've got a long way to go actually.
Okay.
Yeah. We're not there yet, but
look, you have about a week left.
So. I know. Yeah. We'll get them in.
Yeah. You can get them in. You forgot to mention though, the whole long form videos that you do. So turkey, corn, does that ring a bell?
Right. So, and I wasn't forgetting this on purpose for any reason at all.
Okay. Yeah. I mean. Right.
Another part of the job is dressing up in some really fun costumes and walking around campus and just showing your appreciation for the campus, interviewing students. Those would be our long form videos.
Yes.
So for the Thanksgiving one, we dressed up as a corn and a turkey, and we asked students, faculty, staff, what they're thankful for, what they're looking forward to this holiday season, and something sort of similar, except for that we were elves on the shelves for our holiday video.
Yes.
But those are always a blast too, because it really catches people off guard. And I love it. Like
it brings humor to the campus.
It absolutely does.
You know?
No, it's awesome. And I will dress up as anything. Yeah, I really will. We were also Hannah Montana.
We were.
Yeah. Hannah and Miley.
Yeah. For Halloween. Yeah. Got big plans for next fall, so you guys are going to have to tune in for that.
I'll have to come back for that one.
Yeah, we'll have you back. So aside from working in strategic communications, you also had the opportunity to utilize your leadership skills as a teaching assistant for first-year seminar. How was that experience?
Well, I'd never been a teacher's assistant before.
Okay.
Nor had I ever taken a first-year seminar course.
Wow.
I know.
You didn't take that?
No, I probably shouldn't mention that out loud. That I'm like skating by the first-year seminar course. But
you're gonna have to come back for the fall now.
Yeah. So no, it actually counts. The one I TA'd for,
Oh, it does. Okay.
I have no idea. We're just gonna pretend like it does.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It was actually really cool because I got to learn some things that I didn't know.
Right.
As a fourth year, which was really cool. But having that opportunity was fun and exciting because you're working or, you're in a classroom with a lot of freshmen who would rather do anything than be in a 9 a.m. first year seminar class. Like they look at it like, what am I gaining out of this? This is, I could be sleeping right now. I could be doing this. And so I think it gives a really, creative way to present information in a way that's compelling for those students, and whether they're interested or not, it really comes down to like effort and getting to see the professor being enthusiastic about it, trying to include students, talk to students, form relationships, form connections. And it's really, really interesting seeing them at that like first stage and like they're scared, they don't know what to say the wrong thing, the right thing, like, and it's like I've been there too. Like I've been in that position as well, and you can't help but just like see the best in them and see, like they're going to do well, they're going to succeed in whatever it is that they want to do. So it's a really cool, again, full circle moment being able to see that as a senior, and see the freshmen come in, especially their first semester. I mean, it's all scary, jitters, whatever, it's college. So seeing that was just like, it was a proud moment, I think. And it was also something that I really enjoyed being a part of. I felt in charge, and who doesn't like to be a little bit in charge?
You
sometimes.
got to take attendance. So,
that was
that's
cool.
an accomplishment in itself.
That was cool, and I got to do a Kahoot. I got to do a Kahoot.
You were a Kahoot host?
I was a Kahoot host.
Oh my gosh!
So like the little kid in me playing teacher, at 5 years old, making all my sisters sit down and take a test. Like she was thriving in that environment. So
that's incredible. Well, I'm so glad that they were able to find such a passionate student to be TA for a 9 a.m. first year seminar.
Yeah, no, it was great. Yeah, wouldn't trade it for the world.
That's great. So to shift gears a little bit, in the beginning of the semester, you facilitated a new campus event during National Eating Disorders Week called Feed Your Mind. It focused on breaking the silence on eating disorders. Can you share your experience with the event and why the cause deeply resonates with you?
Yeah, I first want to thank the mental health services here on campus for collaborating with me on that event, giving me the space to host that event, and the other outside organizations that came as well. It was something that I had kind of thought of, I'd say, in the beginning of the year, something that I definitely wanted to include on campus at least once before I left. And the reason that it resonates so deeply with me is I spent 3 months in a treatment center away from my family, and that was one of the hardest but the most eye-opening experiences I think I've ever had in my entire life. And I honestly think it will be the hardest thing I went through by far, like in my entire life ever. But it taught me a lot about myself. It taught me a lot about things that I'm passionate about, advocacy, and speaking about, the things that people don't want to talk about, the things that people are afraid to talk about. It made me really reflect on coming into this campus freshman year, sophomore year, junior year, still struggling with the same thing, just in silence, and thinking about how, maybe if there was an event like that on campus, maybe if I just saw a flyer, something. People are talking about it. People are aware. It's a real issue. It's an issue on college campuses. It may have made me feel a little bit more receptive to wanting to open up and talk about it. But at the end of the day, I'm forever grateful that I did get the opportunity to go to treatment. I think that was the best thing for me. And it gave me a chance to, really connect with people from all different walks of life and like learn more about myself, most importantly. So it was an experience that I am forever grateful for. And being able to then translate that into the Penn State Brandywine community was also just a full, like, heartwarming moment for me. And it's something that I want to continue to come back for or see continue to be implemented on campus. I think it's such a taboo kind of topic sometimes, especially with the rise of social media and, the amount of young men and women that are facing eating disorder issues. And it's almost normalized now and so common that we don't really talk about it in the capacity that it should be talked about. And so, it's something that I want to do more advocacy for in the future. I want to, host more events, talk to more people, maybe write a book one day. I don't know.
Oh, yeah. I definitely think that's in your future.
Yeah, no, I would love to.
Yeah.
But yeah, just like really breaking the stigma and, showing people that they shouldn't be afraid to have to delete social media accounts or take a break from social media or just take a step back and be like, you know what, I need help. I need the help right now. I need help from an outside resource. I need help from my family. I need help from campus. Like, these resources exist, and I think it's really important that we utilize them to the best of our abilities. So
yeah, I'm glad that you were able to kind of bring that issue to light.
Yes.
And draw awareness on it. And I think that you should definitely come back and host it every year.
Yes, that would be so fun.
It's such an important event, and I think having Penn State Brandywine kind of highlight the issue around that, I think it's important because there's so many students that are suffering in silence. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So thank you for bringing that to our campus and facilitating that.
Of course.
Yeah.
Happy to do so.
Yep. So what are some of your most memorable moments from your time here at Brandywine?
Well, I have to just first start off with like working in the strategic communications department. I mean, nothing will top that.
Yeah.
Never a dull moment, not a day that I didn't laugh uncontrollably. Not a day that I didn't smile, not a day that I woke up and said, oh, I have to come in today. Like, every single day that I was in the office, it was something new, another smiling, bright face. Like, it was just the highlight of my entire college experience, really. Beyond that, I'd say there's a couple of moments that were pretty memorable for me. Definitely traveling abroad during the Maymester program to the south of France. That was interesting, crazy experience. Never been out of the country before with a group of people I didn't know. So that was, interesting. But
exciting.
Yeah, it really pushed me outside of my comfort zone. And it turned out to be one of the best experiences ever. And I'd say just, I've had some really cool opportunities in class. I got to be a part of this secret book club, if you will, with
Oh, I heard about that one. I got the invite.
Oh, you did? Okay. She's in the
Yeah.
secret book club.
Yeah.
And that was really cool getting to just like be a part of some like intellectual like underground like let's read this book and talk about it with people that were actually interested. That was such I'm forever grateful that I was able to be a part of that. And also I love the movie Dead Poets Society, and it just really had that like tone and feel to it where I was like, this is awesome.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's just
I'm sure there's
meeting
an endless
people. Oh my
amount
gosh,
of
yeah.
Just,
Memories
No,
and memories.
It's a broad question.
Yeah.
So now that you're graduating and your time working in strategic communications is coming to an end, what is next in your career?
So I just accepted a full-time position.
Oh, yes.
Finally.
Oh my gosh.
Just, anyone out there that's still looking, you got it. It's
got
coming.
this.
Everything happens for a reason. It all falls into place. I promise. I will be a legislative aide and communication specialist for Representative Craig Williams of the 160th District.
Amazing.
Yes. So I'll be doing, both communications work and a little bit of policy work. I'm so excited.
That's amazing.
Everything and more experience-wise that I could dreamed of having right out of college.
That's amazing because you're kind of able to connect what you wanted to do coming into college, political science, with communications, what you're doing now. I mean, it's just all coming together.
It's, again, for the fourth time I'm going to say it, it's a full circle moment.
Full circle moment, guys.
It's exciting.
It's so happy for you.
Thank you. And I think it'll also, like, help me figure out which direction I, like, really want to go into.
Yeah, kind of if you want to continue with that communications or maybe law school. I know you talked about law school.
Yeah, law school.
It's on there.
We'll see. We'll see.
I think you should do it.
Yeah.
You would definitely thrive.
Thank you.
All right, lastly, what advice would you give to students who are just beginning their time at Brandywine?
Okay, so this piece of advice is something that I'm kind of taking from one of my favorite individuals, Elle Woods from Legally Blonde.
Oh, such a good movie.
And if you've ever seen that movie, you know, she does everything with, like, a strong sense of who she is. Mm-hmm. And she's confident and she's unapologetic. And I think that that is really, really important throughout your college journey is, yes, figure out who you are. And along the way, like, don't be sorry for who you are. Do what you want to go after, even if it's not normal or it's not, you know, the typical route, whatever it is, it's not what people want you to do. Do what you want to do and do it confidently and do it with a strong sense of who you are as a person.
You heard it here first, guys. Elle Woods who? No, Ava Clements. Ava Clements. Yep. Awesome. Well, we're going to head into a segment we like to call Rapid Chattin. I'm sure you're familiar.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you're
just
familiar.
a little.
All right. Well, you ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
All right. Question 1. What is your most listened to podcast?
The Toast.
Toast. You've told me about that.
I know. They're
times. I still haven't.
They're amazing. Like, I know. It's gives me the pop culture news I need to know and a little giggle. So
a little giggle. See, I'm more Giggly Squad.
Giggly Squad also. But they're number 2.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love them.
I'll have to give the Toast a run. All right. Question 2. I know that you're quite the book enthusiast. So if you could read any book over again for the first time, what book would it be?
It is a book called Ghosts by Dolly Anderson. I could have gotten that last name wrong. Sorry if I did. Great book. Ghosts. I think that every woman in their 20s should read it. And it's just, you know, it's actually has nothing to do with ghosts.
Nothing?
No, not a single thing.
Okay.
The cover is pink. And it says ghosts, and I love ghosts in the color pink, so that's what drew me to the book. Has nothing to do with either of those things. It's literally just about navigating your 20s.
That's what drew you to it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I didn't read the back of it because I like to go to things with a blind eye.
Okay.
But it turned out being seriously one of the most informative books. I shed a tear at the end, and if a book makes me cry, it's pretty noteworthy to me.
So it's up there for you.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm going to have to borrow that one.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, it'll be a good one. All right, question 3. One, you know, we ask everybody, so of course I have to ask you. If you were stranded on a desert island, what celebrity would you call for help?
You know, I still don't have an answer to this
one.
Oh my
gosh. Ava! You've had like a year to think about
I know, and that's the crazy part.
Yeah,
and like every person that's come on and had like a really good answer, I'm like, yeah, that's a good one. So I think I'm going to have to go with Shane Gillis.
Oh, he's hilarious.
Because
he's hilarious.
As I've asked people this question and as I've heard their answers over time, the conclusion that I've drawn is I don't want to be stranded. You know, I'm not going to pick someone that's going to save me. Obviously, if you're famous, you've got a private jet and a crew full of people following you around.
Right.
One way or another, we'll get saved. So I might as well make the most out of the time and pick someone that's going to make me die of laughter, and that would probably be Shane Gillis.
Shane Gillis. That's such a great way to look at it. I mean, I would say that's more strategic than picking someone who's strategic, if that makes sense. I don't know. Right. Yeah, if that makes sense.
I know what you mean.
Yeah. So, okay, question 4. Where's the best place you've ever traveled to?
Monaco in South France. Yep. Yeah, it was a really, really cool place right before the F1 Formula 1 race. So got to see
setting up and stuff.
Oh yeah, I got to see it all set up. It was really awesome.
That's awesome. You should have stayed another week to.
I know.
That's a bummer. That's okay. We'll have to go back.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Excuse to go back.
Yeah, exactly. All right. Lastly, who would be on your Mount Rushmore of Brandywine professors?
Wow, this is a great question. Yeah. And there's four heads.
There's 4 heads. I mean, we can chisel on a 5th if you're.
We'll stick with the classic 4.
Okay. All right.
So I'm gonna have to go with Dr. Putman, Dr. Angela Putman.
She's great.
Dr. Joshua Phillips.
Okay.
Karen Thevney,
Oh, yeah.
Professor Thevney, and wow, this is hard. I'm gonna have to go with Dr. Schmidt. He's pushed me through from start to finish. So those professors, they really shaped who I am today. Yeah. Honestly, so
all the communications and communications art and sciences, they're the winners.
Makes sense, right?
Yeah, they kill it. They're amazing. All right, Ava. Well, that is all the time we have for today. I really appreciate you sitting down with me and sharing your experience here from Brandywine and from the other side of the podcast. Mm-hmm. I just want to take this moment to thank you for all the hard work and dedication you've given to the campus. You're a true inspiration to both myself and many others here in the Brandywine community. And from all of us here at Penn State Brandywine, we wish you the very best in your future endeavors. And please know you're always welcome back on We Are Chattin.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, thank you so much. I can't believe that this is coming to an end here.
It's crazy.
Season 1 wrapping up.
Wild.
But it has been seriously the most incredible experience ever.
Yeah.
I feel like all my dreams came true. Get to be famous on a campus. Are you kidding me? Yes. So.
And I couldn't ask for a better partner to do it all with.
I couldn't ask for a better partner either.
Yep. All right, Ava. Well, that's a wrap.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye. Thanks for tuning in. We are done chatting for today. This podcast was recorded in the Penn State Brandywine Makerspace Media Production Studio. We Are Chattin' was made possible by Penn State Brandywine Strategic Communications and the Brandywine Launchbox. Remember to like this podcast and stream it on wherever you get your podcasts.